You all are looking good. Stage set, microphone set. Good. Okay.
All good. Okay. Well, my name is Raymond Jáquez. I'm a voiceover artist, actor, and music producer, especially music for films from the Dominican Republic, and also working in more than 10 countries, specifically with commercial voiceover and animation voices, cartoon voices. And yes, that's my experience here.
So let me just elaborate on it. We all are thrilled to have a very special guest with us today, Raymond Jáquez. I think I've pronounced it right.
In Spanish is Jaquez, in English Jax. Yeah, call me Raymond.
Raymond, yes. So Raymond is a distinguished voiceover artist, actor, and film music producer hailing from the Dominican Republic. With over a decade of experience, Raymond has lent his exceptional voice to a variety of brands across radio, television, and internet. So, Raymond, our entire team is very happy to have you here. I'll start with, the basic questions of. We are very curious. What exactly is sound therapy and how it works?
Well, we need to understand that our five basic senses are feeding ourselves all the time. You are sleeping, but your ears are still hearing. So let's say that every experience you have impact your life. We are living in a society where we are just focused on the outside, and sometimes we don't give maintenance to our inner self. And sometimes we listen to chaotic music with certain type of messages that doesn't help our mental, emotional state. So basically, sound therapy is the use of sound that causes different reactions to your brains, alter your brain waves to get relaxation, to get motivation, dopamine release. And there's a lot of scientific studies about this, but it's something that is in development. We all have our favorite songs. We have experienced through our life the power of music, but right now we are receiving a lot of data of how actually music can impact people. There are scientific studies about how students in the universities use music to concentrate, to perform the exams, to study, and for some reason they get hyper focused. Of course, there is not a specific genre of music. You can say this works better because we are also sensitive people. Even if you don't know, you are sensitive. I mean, you go to a place and maybe your brain is receiving information from something you are not processing, but your body, your machine is processing, and you feel like, oh, I don't know, this place doesn't feel right, or this person, I like this person. The same happened with music. You can have a music with a bad content, bad lyrics, but the person doing the art is imprinting a very honest emotion. And sometimes that emotion makes people like this material. Sometimes you have very good material with good content, but the people is doing it just in a technique way, with technicity, but without a soul, without the passion. And people can feel that. But you can also have good content with good passion. So why I say this? Because I think every music can heal depending on the creator. And depending, of course, now this is the second place on the type of music. If you're a person that gets too stressed by noise, of course, rock is not going to heal you. But there are people that they feel better with a lot of stimulation because their brain is wired like that. So that is a very personalized aspect of the sound therapy. But in general, ambient music, soft sounds, and sustained frequencies shows that impact the people in the most positive way. So right now, what I'm experimenting in my platform that is called The Greatest You Media, because it's about the greatest version of you, using the sound to develop the greatest version of you. I'm using a technique that the 90% of the tracks are made like this. I create some type of demo with rich melodic progressions, rich sounds, and many instruments. Then I grab this, let's call it demo, this track, and I submit this track. I put this track inside a reverb chamber. I mean, I put so many reverb into that track that the track becomes very abstract. So now you don't listen to a drum, you don't listen to a guitar, you don't listen to a voice. You are listening to this ethereal sound. But the mind is made, I mean, our logic side is made to find a meaning to everything we have in front of us. I mean, we cannot live without a meaning. Like, what is this? So the brain starts to hyper focus to identify what is listening. Is this a voice? Is this a guitar? Is this a drum? But since this track is very abstract, then you can use it to work, to study, to perform whatever you're doing. And I've seen that people with ADHD, intrusive thoughts, and different mental disorders, they can hyper focus and work for hours with this type of track specifically, because it works like since their brain is trying to figure out what is this, but it's not that protagonic, so they cannot get distracted from what they are doing. Then this becomes like a little box, a universe where they can perform whatever the task they have to do. That could be working, writing, visualizing, and is a very regulatory audio for people.
Yeah. And I want to know the story. How did you stumble upon sound therapy? Because you are an artist. It can be only for the purpose of entertainment or creativity. But therapy in itself, I feel it has a bigger purpose and cause. So, is there any story behind it? Would you like to share?
Of course. Well, since I'm a little kid, I'm from the Dominican Republic, but I was raised in Italy. I was in the mountains of Italy, between Italy and Switzerland, from 4 to 12, 13 years when I came back to the Dominican Republic. In that special moment of my life, I was living in a very natural place, surrounded by mountains. But even if that was a beautiful place, I also had my traumas. Like, for example, especially with animals. I remember there was a man, an old man. He was the grandpa of a neighbor, and they had a cat, and the cat gave to birth a couple of kitties. And my friend brought the cats to me because they didn't want the cats in their house. And his grandpa called him, and he said, "Bring the cats with your friend." And basically, that man, I was 7 years old. He killed the cats in front of me. And he obligated me to watch and not to cry. And that was very hard. So when I was a little kid, I had to deal with a lot of beautiful, wonderful, but at the same time, terrible feelings and emotional situations. And I remember that one day I got this bicycle, and someone gave me a little radio with batteries. That was like in the 1989, something. I think it was the date. And I grabbed some tape and put the radio in the bicycle. And I was listening to radio. And I remember I was in the house of a neighbor, and suddenly I had to go to my home. And this song I started to listen to this song in the radio. That was Ordinary World by Duran Duran, the one, "I will cry for yesterday." That song is very famous. And that was the first time I felt chills in my skin. And I was like, what is this? After feeling that, I started to chase that feeling in every song. So throughout my whole life, music has saved me 1,000 times. When I needed strength, I have a soundtrack in the background. When I fell in love, I had a soundtrack. When I was heartbroken, I had a soundtrack. So somehow, without knowing, I was using the music to wire my brain into the best version of me when I needed. Music gave me the strength. And well, one thing took me to another. I started to work in art, in voiceover, in the film industry. I was acting, but always music was my biggest passion. I started several bands, several musical projects, but all the music I did, it doesn't matter the expression, the genre I choose, always was talking about transcendence, about the power of human being to transcend obstacles and become a better version of himself. And that's how everything was born. So at the beginning of this year, I had the call that I had to dedicate. I'm always in so many things. This year, I started just dedicating all my effort and all my energy to the greatest new media. And I started to visualize this platform that then will become an app. And after the app will become a social network, a holistic social network with very specific features that will make them very attractive for the people. And the main reason for this is to show or teach the people that don't know the real power behind music, not just for entertainment, like you said, but also for guiding your emotions to a better place, and that what you listen really matters, and the time when you listen also matters. You know, the first thing you do when you wake up, the last thing you do before going to sleep is very important for the brain. You know, and we need to understand we have this machine, and we can train this machine for to have a better life, to have an easier life. And when I say easier, I'm not talking about laziness. I'm talking about to live inside your passion, what you're meant to be, you know, to find what you're meant to be. And so yes, now I'm in the stage number 1/2 because I already have the platform. The music is in every music distribution platform out there in the internet. I already built a small community of 8,000 people in YouTube. But now I'm working in the stage number 2 that is going to be an app curated with thousands of hours of music where people can choose music for sleeping, for study. You're going to have mantras, all content curated to be for mindfulness, you know, for transcendence. It doesn't matter your religion. It doesn't matter your beliefs. It doesn't matter if you don't believe in anything. If you exist, this is something for you, made from the heart, with my talent, my wife's talent, my son talent, because also my family, my complete family are artists. And I will also have a version for kids. I have a daughter named Santry. She's 4 years old, and also she's very passionate about this. And we also have in our house a saloon where we perform sound healings in person. So we're always surrounded by sound.
Interesting. Very interesting. So let's just, just also understand the commercial aspects. And so we did a study last year, and Market Research Future identified that the sound therapy app market itself is $2.3 billion, which was anticipated in 2023. And in next 3 to 5 years, we anticipate the market will double up. So, do you see potential for growth, or is it primarily your passion that motivates you to create something in this field?
Well, definitely the first thing is passion, you know, because I have that. I love the service, you know. I love to see people transcending, but of course, it's also a secondary dream to have a holistic economy, you know, to live from my passion. And I see a lot of potential definitely in the applications, because I mean, I think in an application, the most important thing, I already have it, that is the prime material. And I've tested with people. We will also, like I said, perform brain scans with neuroscientists. We have marketing, a group of people surrounding me, because I work in the marketing market. Sorry, I'm thinking in Spanish, something. Yeah, the marketing market here in the Dominican Republic. I have the best people, you know, in film marketing, and we'll put together a really good material. I think marketing is gold, because you can have the best product, but if it's not well marketed, it's not going to work. And I think in this moment, the world is a big mental health institution, and people need medicine, but not literally like drugstore medicine, also the medicine that art can give you. Because why I see the power of sound and art in general as a medicine, if it's created for this purpose, is because art is like a mirror. You're going to listen to a specific sound, or you're going to watch a specific movie, and because of your experience in your life, you're going to perceive a different message from other people. When it's art makes you question things, makes you watch what you have inside, expose what you have inside. So I really think that if we market sound in the best way and teach people that sound can bring out the best of you, besides the scientific aspect that you listen to sound and that alters your brain. I mean, you have studies of how different areas of the brain turn on what different sound stimulus. Even the military uses sound weapons. I mean, like sound can be weaponized, and actually the music industry have used music as a weapon, because yes, definitely. So I really see the potential, because people needs this type of track. I mean, when I put the YouTube channel together, I was expecting like to maybe monetize the channel in a few months, but I mean, immediately the algorithm started to send the different tracks to the people from around the world, and I got comments from Korea, from India, from Europe, from everywhere in the world, from people searching for this peaceful tracks, for this tranquility, for this relaxation. And that's why I think all these channels and different composers creating this type of music are also having a lot of success. So I don't have a big expectation in the secondary part, because what I know from my experience is that you need to know yourself. And what I want to say with this is that I'm not the type of people that do things just calculating and they work. What it works for me is first having coherence between what I feel, what I think, and what I act. When you have coherence in these three aspects of your life, life works also in collaboration with you, and everything starts to appear. So I have plans. I have my logic side well put it, but I also have professionals working with me. I just limit myself to keep this coherence, to keep manifesting, to keep creating, to keep discovering, to keep connecting. And I know that I have to enjoy the journey, and whatever it takes me, I'm going to accept. If I help one people, two people, if I help 1 million people, if I help 1 billion people, I'm gonna be happy. Anyway.
So when I got to know that, I'm going to, interview somebody like you, I started researching, and I found that different frequencies of sounds are associated with different kind of healing of different organs. Starting from the lower abdomen, then upper abdomen, different frequencies act on different part of the body. And when I started going a little deeper, as you mentioned, that, different sounds of mantras and, many other healing sounds, I understood, and then I could relate to great scientists who say that, if you want to understand the universe, you understand in terms of vibrations and frequencies. So
Definitely.
it's just the, in nutshell, if you want to understand this entire universe, it's at the end, it's kind of sound, right? So I understand where you come from, and what you're working upon, and I think that's a brilliant thing to do. But let's just also understand, in terms of the primary hurdles in establishing market presence and gaining traction for your sound therapy app in the evolving technological landscape. Do you foresee any encountering regulatory compliance challenge specific to offering sound therapy through an app? So if you are aware of anything like that, we can always discuss.
Definitely, there's always regulations when you are selling a product internationally. But for that specific part, I have a couple of good lawyers that they will take care of that. But I also know that when you are dealing with sound, sometimes also the rights of the sounds are a situation because many composers use maybe AI music produced by AI, or they use music from different composers. So they have to create a system, in order to be fair and not to have problems in the future. But for now, I have all the production under my wife's name and my son. So we are like, this is like a familiar company, and all the other regulatory things about taxation in countries, the lawyers will take care of that, because I'm not the expert in that area. That's my limit.
So recently, as you discussed about AI, I was also watching few videos from Google and many other players who are developing music through AI, and I was wondered that they have, on the voice note, the machine is able to create different kind of music, and if you give the right prompts to the machine, it created something brilliant. Of course, I'm layman, I don't understand the depth of it, but where do you see is the difference between something which is created by human versus the artificial intelligence that we have today? And do you also see some kind of threats which it can create in future for the artists like you?
Yep. This is a beautiful question because I know this is controversy. There's a lot of people resisting AI. There's a lot of people embracing AI. And I think we don't have to resist the change. I think we just have to take care of the ethics behind, because I think what is going to happen, probably, maybe I'm wrong, but AI will generate a new economic system in the world, because since everything is going to be done by the AI, people will not die from hunger. People need to win money. People need to sustain their families. So I think governments will have to find a way to at least cover the basics for dignity, for the living of people. I don't know how many years that's gonna take, but that's what I'm seeing. But about the AI creating, I think yes, there will be people that they will get lazy, but there's other people that they will become more creative, because the AI is an opportunity for you, if you don't have the resources, to accelerate your ideas and make them a reality, And I think that many people that want to serve, that wants to help the world, and maybe don't have the resources to hire a big studio to create a super cinematic video, or don't have the money to pay a voice, I think is useful for the people to express themselves. And the difference I see now, I think, is, like I said at the beginning, the perception part. Of course, AI feeds from real people, feeds from real art. That is the data set. That is one of the controversies, that, okay, if the AI is catching this idea from all this music, these people is not being paid the royalties for that. And I really see this as a thing to solve, because definitely AI is feeding from the work of other people. But in other aspect, at the same time, like I say, this will give to the art of crafting, the people creating the things with their own hands, their own bodies, the opportunity to become special. Because right now it's not. We have people that sounds the same, using the same accords, the same music, the same. Now people will have to give an extra effort to create more original content. Now it's not gonna be enough to do the verse, then the bridge, then the verse, then another bridge, then the chorus. Then no. Now you're gonna have to invent a new structure. Now you're gonna have to give another shape. I think this is an opportunity to get out of the box and to make people feel different things, But AI will catch up, because also what I see is this. Um, Everything that exists, all the objects, all the matter is alive. Everything is moving. Everything is vibration. All the atoms are vibrating. The atoms in your glasses, in your hair, in the window behind you, here, everything is alive. It's not a human, but it's alive. So everything has energy. What I think is that the purpose behind the command you are performing in AI, the same thing that like when people blesses a food, when you put music like the experiments of Dr. Emoto, with the sound of water, the code of water, like when water is experiencing a chaotic music, the patterns of the las, ¿cómo se dice? Las moléculas, the molecules of water breaks. And when it's listening to maybe classic music or music that is more harmonic, it creates beautiful figures. So we already know that matter reacts to the sound of things, because everything is sound. Sound gives shape. Look, the semantic. Well, have you seen the semantic experimentations?
Yes, the salt
The
particles
salt
on
and
a
also the
magic plate.
water.
Yes,
Yes,
yes, yes.
yes. So basically, the sound is geometry. But since we don't see the sound unless we are performing a semantic experiment, we don't realize this. So actually, what gives the geometry, the shape of everything is sound. So
Yeah.
everything have a sound code that gives them the shape they have. And it can change when interacts with other sounds, you know? So what I think is that whatever a human being is and is conscious of what is doing, even if you're creating a song with I think you're gonna be able to transmit and make people feel whatever is behind that idea. You know, that's what I think. Is something that actually I can see the scientific base and the result developing in the future with all the results from all the different experimentation that are doing right now, all the scientists around the world, with sound. So we will have to find a way. This could be a disaster, but this could be the best thing that happens to us as humanity. Let's see what happens. I mean, is our responsibility. Let's see what is going to be the result. I believe in the best result, and I will work, and I'm working for the best result. To see a humanity more awakened, more conscient, more intelligent, more knowledgeable, knowing themselves better, the power of nutrition for mental health, the power of sound, the power of art, uh, to be conscient here and now. And yes, that.
So I think, can I tell you a story? Because I'm
Yes.
going in my childhood. I had my grandmother who, used to narrate us various stories. And, to my memories, which I remember now, she used to talk about a king. It's an Indian story. And she used to tell us that this king used to know Deepak Raga. So there are different ragas in Indian music, right? So
Yes.
Bhairavi Raga and, many others, Malkos Rag. And she used to tell them that king, when he used to sing that Deepak Raga, all the candles and everything which can light used to light, right? So that's the power of sound. And we have also heard the stories of various ragas which could initiate rains. So I feel there is an unlimited potential in the world of sound. And I truly believe that healing is just a small aspect. It can really do wonders. So that, makes me ask you one question: how your sound therapy or the app which you are launching is different from other apps in the marketplace right now?
Yes, definitely, because of the technique I mentioned before. Because what I've seen in my research is that many people are creating the music with keyboards like this one behind, and with an instrument, and they can maybe add one layer of the instrument. I have tracks like that, but I'm not using that. I'm literally taking with the technique I developed, and actually I will develop a software that will be integrated in the social network that I will build after the app, when everybody, even if they are not musician, they will be able to create ambience that will create relaxation, and you will visualize and meditate and everything. Even if they don't know how to create music with whatever sound. I mean, I can really grab this and na 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 na, and grab another thing. And when I put this sound into the process I use, it became an abstract ambient like the ones you listen in my YouTube channel or Spotify. So I haven't seen this in any other channel, because literally you could take the sound of a car, you could take a conversation and make them a frequency. And under that, I put in a subliminal way different blend of sustained frequencies that causes those are experimental frequencies, because are not like the cliche frequencies you hear, like frequency 999, frequency 545, frequency 440, frequency 432. No, I'm experimenting from the 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz of the audible spectrum of human hearing. And I'm discovering different things, and I'm experimenting with my friends. That's why I need the brain scans, to also have this scientific support in the promotional material we will put out there. So I think this is what makes it different, and also the normal difference that is our project, and this is the first time we are doing it. So we are bringing our flavor as a family, our heart as a family, our identity, because I mean it's going to be the greatest new media. Sounds very corporate, and it's going to have this corporate confidence aspect, but at the same time it's going to be very familiar, because I want to project the honesty behind, like you and me talking right now, like this is me. I don't want it to be something that is a copy of other things that worked before, because if not, I'm just repeating history. I need to give the chance to experiment the power of honesty, the power to put out there the true meaning behind whatever project I'm carrying, in the moment. In this case, they're the greatest in media. So these are the two aspects, and of course, the way we will work, the marketing. We have very crazy ideas that we'll put into work. But yes.
So, we did, as I told you, we have been doing research on sound therapy and the market size and various types of it. So, according to Market Research Future's initial research, the primary population benefiting from sound therapy comprises individuals with mental health disorders, holding a market share of around 24%. So, what are your thoughts? Does mental health has an edge over preventive disorders such as pain management or improving sleep quality, etc.? Are the major of your customers affected by mental health issues or preventive disorders?
Definitely, definitely. Like I said before, world today is a big mental institution, mainly because we come from hundreds of years of empires conquering one to another, wars, a lot of uh, beliefs, and
Historical baggages, which are in
yes,
our genes.
a lot of pain. So most of us have those traumas as a heritage, but also we are in a moment where the information travels so fast. We are receiving so much information, second after second. And like I said before, we don't give maintenance to ourselves. I mean, many people don't wake up and starts to visualize their day, start to analyze what they are feeling. They don't even know sometimes what they are feeling, because they don't have a feeling chart to understand the different roots behind every main feeling. So we are just taking care of ourselves when we have a crisis, because People have to work the entire day. They have to struggle. So when they have free time, they just have fun. But in what way? Just drinking alcohol and going crazy because they need to live life, because they are not living life, because they are not working in the place they love. I mean, it sounds like utopic, but what I'm talking about is that, of course, there's a lot of, and also the nutrition part. The nutritional part is so important. Nobody does a genetical test, and we all have dirty genes that sometimes, like there is one gene that is called MTHFR that doesn't let you translate folic acid into methylfolate. So if you have that one, and actually 44% of the population in the world have it, almost half. If you have that one, you all the time you had folic acid deficit. And that carries in a lot of different problems in your genetic system. You can have even the autism spectrum symptoms, some ADHD. You can have thyroid disorder, and a lot of conditions and illness just because of nutrition. Also, people don't know that when a woman is pregnant, everything she feels, the baby feels. That's the first education. And sometimes it's so chaotic between the father, between the mother, all the hormones. They don't understand each other. They fight it. So since we are born, we are carrying a lot of things in our bags, you know. And for my experience, what I see in the channel is, yes, many people with different disorders, ADHD, bipolar, trastorno límite de la personalidad, TOP, people with stress, PTSD, that actually I will start working the Greatest You Media with a veterans, United States veteran clinic we have here in the Dominican Republic to give sound therapy to them, because all of them have PTSD, you know, because of the post-war syndrome and all the thing, all the stress they carry. And so yes, I think this is the moment we needed the most, because it was a taboo to go to a psychologist. It was a taboo to take care of yourself. If you come from a macho society, you know, we men, we have to be strong. We have to carry the boats, and we are strong. We don't need, you know, therapy. What is that? That's no, that's for weak people. You know, we are deconstructing all these, you know, beliefs we had for centuries. And so, yes, most of the people need it because of a mental illness disorder. Yes, yes, yes.
So which age group do you think benefits the most from sound therapy? Of course, it can be all, but is there any accordance in terms of, does this affect more to infants, children, teenagers, or young adults, mature adults, seniors? So where have you seen the most effects in terms of cures and healing?
This is something we have to figure out, because, for example, if we go to the children, right now, a lot of children are coming with the autistic spectrum, you know, different mental wiring differences. And we have to figure out why this is happening. You know, it is the food, is the signals in the air, all this internet, telephonics. What is going on? You know, it's because something is going on, because it's like it's too common right now. And many of them, they are very sensitive to sound, to noises. And what I've seen from different fathers of autistic children is that when they use this type of audios, they feel so good. Even kids with high potential, because they get too much stimulus and sometimes they are too nervous, they get calmed, they can think better. But how many fathers are living a type of life or have the information to use these audios for their children? So it's something we have to figure out. Probably they needed more than what they get to use it. But if I use the data of my YouTube channel, I see that the segment from the 30s, from 34 to old people, you know, 60, 65, are the bigger segment. Probably
Okay.
because they have lived a lot and enough for them to need something to take the stress out, because when you're younger, there's so many things you ignore. You're living, your body is,
You're hormonally high. So
yeah, you're functioning in a different spectrum of energy. So when you pass 34, maybe if you've lived enough, if you have the right tools, you're gonna need to settle down a little bit to search for peace, to search for stability. So those people are right now, data wise, the biggest segment. Yeah.
okay. And you know we have been doing research, and also there are factors influencing growth of sound therapy market, are increasing prevalence of stress related disorders, the rising awareness and acceptance of sound therapy. On scale of 1 to 5, with 5 being the highest, how would you rate the impact of these factors? So you can choose your own factors, which we have not listed maybe.
5. 5 for yes. Yes, I mean, everybody that I see searching for this, they are searching it because of stress. Even we need to make something clear. Stress is not necessarily something bad. Stress is there for a reason. I mean, if there is a lion chasing you, you're gonna need to stress out to be able to run and to perform in a way you can save yourself. So even if you are searching this because you have a call, you need to illuminate yourself, you are in a spiritual journey or discovery, many of the spiritual journeys of discovery comes after the pain. Pain is always there to awaken you, because you have two options. You keep feeling the pain or you do something to take it out. So I think the general approach is definitely taking out the pain, and pain can be stressful. So 5.
So, do you think music can revolutionize the future of digital health? Will this integration of music and medicine redefine how we view music's role in therapeutic practices?
I think so. I actually visualize this world where, for example, kids in the school, young people in the university, before starting a study session, they can use sounds, they can have small frequencies. Like, for example, right now I'm talking to you and I have a frequency in the back, but you cannot listen. If it's very low, it's very like 40 hertz. And, but that helps you to keep track, to keep like a balance. So when people start knowing the power of sound, what I visualize is this, all the classroom, all the work, people with wellness station in every company. So when workers feel stressed, they can go there, or they have flexibility for using sounds that increase the productivity. And we can benefit as a world having more productive people, less stressed people, more playful work ambiences, full of art, not art like it's like entertaining, but art as a stimulus to get our superpowers out. So I really think it has the most powerful potential, because like I said, sound is behind everything. We are so visual, this illusion, but we don't even know how powerful, how influential is sound. I mean, you can even watch it in the scene of a movie. You watch a movie with a soundtrack and you feel sadness, but then I can put you a music where you will feel horror with the same scene without changing it. There's a lot of channel doing these experimentations, and it's so funny how music can make you feel something different. Like, for example, there are two men speaking and you put an epic music and you feel they will fight. Then you put Careless Whisper by George Michael and you feel it's a gay scene. like music is so powerful. Music is so powerful, can change the meaning of everything. So I think it doesn't matter how technology changed, how the world changed with AI and everything, sound, the hearing, is one of the most important sense to feed and to organize our interior. And I think we will leave a big revolution, giving the meaning of therapy to the sound more than entertaining. People will learn that they can have fun with therapy. They can have fun with learning. They can have fun with all the things they believe are boring, because now we have weaponized music, art to be entertaining. But while you are entertaining yourself, this art is educating your emotion and your thinking, your thoughts. But what if you use it to guide yourself to the highest version you imagine of yourself? Instead of just watching a random movie, why don't you watch a movie that has a message that interests you, or a documentary? If you're just listening in music that talks about, I'm so sad, I'm so heartbroken, what if you listen to a music that is also very pop, very wow, I love how it sounds, but with a beautiful message? Like, we need to take humanity into the point they realize they can choose, they can have better options, and that everything matters. Everything you are absorbing from your senses matter. So yes, we'll have a revolution of sound, and I want to take care of that with all my partners creating music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And I wish you all the best for it. So, this is one personal question. When I look around on these, soundtracks and the applications which provide these therapeutic music, um, majorly these are used for sleeping, right? In the night, they produce a track through which you can sleep. I have used many, but what I feel, they don't work. So if my cycle is, sleeping at maybe 12 a.m. in the night, and I try to sleep at 10 with the help of that music, I can't sleep.
Yeah.
Although they claim that, if you put this track, this is so and so hertz, it'll put you in sleep in 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, etc. So, you know, uh, where do you think and how do you think the accuracy matters? Because I know for sure there are researchers, there are thousands of research papers who claim about the power of different hertz of sound affecting on different things in your life, right? So, where do you think that accuracy and the creativity combined with technology matters, and how do you deal with it? Because as you said that you are working with a scientist to look into the brain scan, so you must be doing a lot of experiment and tweaking these herds, or producing the right kind of results.
This is the best question, because you have pointed out something really important. Not everyone has the same type of brain, and not everyone cannot sleep because they need a music to be calm. Sometimes you are not, and many of the time you cannot sleep because maybe you have a food allergy. You are eating something that is not for your blood type, or you have some dirty gene. Uh, I think nutrition, and as the greatest new media in the future, I will touch this subject like very much, because I don't think music is a magical pill that you listen to. That is another thing. Many of these apps are just relying the power of the calm, because they are using a relaxing genre, and it doesn't work like that. I mean, if I grab a piano and I perform a string, and I do it like if I'm producing fast food and I put it out there, yes, there's gonna be people that they are gonna feel the peace because they need it and they are predisposed. But then we have other type of people that they are more logical. Maybe you are more logical. Maybe you have a different intelligence from all the type of intelligence. They are different intelligence. So you question yourself the thing. So when you listen to the track, you're not expecting the track to work. You are paying attention if this is causing me something. So it's not going to work with you if somebody is creating something just, oh, this is calm because there is a string, there is a violin, there is a piano. No, that's why I'm creating the music with this technique of abstraction of sounds, and I'm using it and I'm experimenting that with different type of people I know, with different brain mental disorders and people with normal brains, to see how they react. And what I see is this: all of them, they agree that they can hyper focus, and somehow this stop the intrusive thoughts. That's why the greatest media is going to be more for productivity. But At the same time, I've seen that there are people that get too relaxed and they want to sleep. But there's a thing. The most of the people talk about the productivity and how the brain focus. Because to sleep, you don't need sounds. You actually need to go out, to be out. So when you sleep with a sound, not everyone is gonna be able to sleep, but they are definitely frequencies that relax your brain. So what I'm going to do with the app is I'm gonna let you choose curating the categories. Like, you going to sleep? Okay, here are the sleep. But when you enter to the sleep button, you will have a personality test.
Wow.
You will have, like, for example, you want this to guide you to a mystical, deep space. You want it to be something really calm, peaceful, like in this picture. We will use even colors. Choose a color. It's gonna be like 4 levels, and then you will access hours and hours of music with that specification you chose. Because we need to know what type of people you are, what images you choose, where do you want to be guided. Because I can give you a mystical calm music, I can give you a happy calm music, I can give you a motivational calm music, I can give you a sad calming music, a nostalgic calming music. I mean, there's a lot of colors inside the feelings. So I cannot just say this is going to calm you, like what type of people you are, because this track, this music is alive, and this track is going to be your couple while you're sleeping. So we need to know if you guys have chemistry. What type of people you are, what type of track this is, to know if you're going to have chemistry. So I'm working on that, to have a very detailed
Customized approach
a
to it.
structure. Yes, a structure to have a higher rate of success with the people, because you will not be able to take care 100% of everyone, because we are humans and we are made of so many things. And also depends on the moment you're using the app. What are you living in the moment you're using the app? Who is creating the app? What type of instruments? What type of technique? There's a lot of things. That's why I'm experimenting with this technique, because this is the one I've seen it works for most of the people, because it's so abstract that I mean, it's immediately the people is like, what am I listening exactly? What is that? Is that a string? Is that a piano? I don't know what I'm listening. And then your mind enters in hyper focus. Then if you start reading, if you start meditating, if you start doing whatever you have to do, you do it better. So yeah.
Interesting. I'm loving this conversation. I think, believe me, for the first time, the interview is going to cross 1 hour, and it didn't feel like. So, I know the music has to be customized, and there are few universal effects. But just to end the conversation, if I may ask one single question, that with what frequency anybody should wake up in a way so that he's productive and fresh and happy throughout the day?
Well, that is a really hard question, because, for example, right now I have a track called Dopamine Elixir sounding in the background that is working with the 40 hertz. What I've seen is that the lower hertz, not the highest pitch one, are better to enter into hyperfocus. 40 hertz with 120 hertz mixed with 200 hertz. Sometimes 40, 100, and 200, that makes the three of them in a binaural scenario where the sounds are interchanging space. If you listen to with headphones, that one is perfect. But at the same time, I've seen people that they get the same sensation with higher ones. But for me, the most is the lower frequency, because the higher frequencies, of course, you can listen them more. So it can be, you can get tired easier with the higher ones. With the lower ones, you lose track almost immediately, because you're not listening too much. They are
It's
so
like
low.
a background.
It's a background, yeah. So then you lose track of what you're listening. Then you're definitely listen. After that, you're listening to birds. You're listening to cars. You're watching your emails, and it's like, oh my god, wait, I'm listening to something. The others have more presence, but they also work. I mean, depending on the personality you have. For example, my wife, she needs to sleep with their lights turned off. She
Yeah.
needs she can't have noises, anything. When we met 12 years ago, I was the guy that used to sleep with lights blinking, with music sounding, and I used to feel so much peace. I feel so much peace when I'm multitasking, but I realized that is my brain. Depends on your brain. That's the key. That's the key. The key
I
is the
can
brain.
really totally relate to this. It's just my case. I want absolute pitch dark room with no noises, and it's just opposite with my husband. So I can totally relate to this
Yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. So depends on the people. That's why also in the application I will have, beside all the options for you to choose, I'm thinking also about the people that are too overwhelmed and sometimes they don't have the ability to choose. And I will have a random oracle button. It's like an oracle. You will push it, and the algorithm will choose for you, and maybe it's gonna be the perfect one for you. Let's see. It's like a game, because they are people that they have this personality. It's more like mystic personality, oracle
Mhm.
personality, or they don't know how to choose, and they are like, let life surprise me, and they are open to what life is going to give you, and normally that works. That is the algorithm that many even tarot pages uses. So this is going to be for everyone, for the most logical people, for the most la 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 artistic people, for the most mystic, superstitious people. We want to bring sound healing for everyone.
Who are your nearest competitors in terms of apps? Or who are you going to give competition to?
Hopefully, not necessarily competition, because I'm always open to collaborate. But I visualize the greatest new media as big as Mind Valley,
Okay.
because in the future we will get out of the sound, and we will also become. Now we will become a holistic Spotify. Then we want to become a holistic Netflix. Then we want to become a holistic masterclass, and then we will have the social network. Yeah,
Wonderful. Wonderful. Great.
that's
I
one.
think, Raymond, this is one of the best conversation I ever had.
Yeah,
It's always different to discuss with artists. They have a very different kind of mindset towards, as you said, that it's more of collaboration. And when I interview people from business, they are very
yeah, yeah.
in nature. So yeah, wonderful, and thanks a lot for giving us the time. We will try to release the podcast as soon as possible, and my team will keep you posted.
Oh,
And
thank you.
I may like to interact with you once again once you have the entire launch happening, and maybe we can reconnect again after a couple of months.
Definitely, definitely. I love your energy, and I mean, this podcast has been a blast. So I really thank you, Vinit, Rahul, Tanish, you, Indu, and all your team for inviting me to your space, because I feel really, really good sharing, this project that I feel so passionate about.
Yes, I can feel the energy. Also, we are from business world and it's a different world from yours. But yes, because you are in the same space and somewhere we collide with each other. So let's
Yes,
see how the chemistry works. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day ahead because for
yes.
us it's already night.
There is tonight. Yes, you're in the future.
Yes.
This is time traveling.
Yes, yes. Okay. Bye bye.
Take care. Bye.